Hello, hello. I think it is time we talk about items. Welcome back to a Challenger Jungle Guide for Season 16. We're going to just talk about Season 16 items. It is now mid-season, so Season Reset just happened for High Elo. Going to just be discussing what kind of builds we're seeing so far, what everybody kind of wants to itemize, and then why we should be itemizing for damage. So this is going to be very high elo. We're going to see how everyone's building things, the optimal way to build things. I'm also going to comment if I'm seeing anything kind of weird, kind of not very ordinary. I have played kind of semi-professionally, I guess collegiate level before, so we've been on a team. We kind of back then at least, it was still the same meta. It was kind of, you do want to just build damage, so then you are able to kill the enemy team. But yes, there are some caveats. So you don't really exactly want to go glass cannon if you are, ahead. But usually, if you're unsure about what to build, you want to build damage. This is exactly why I swapped to Titanic, because it deals a lot of damage, and then I am able to just output some raw damage while building as tanky as possible to survive the fights, because you know that in higher elos, everybody else will be weighting their builds towards damage. They'll also be farming up very well, getting into their item spikes. So this video will be about items. We're going to keep an eye out on whatever items that people are building, draw attention to it. I think this guy is trolling, so I'm gonna just, make sure that he knows that he's griefing. This is high elo, so, just be sure that you are, this is not... This guy's 800 LP right now. He's Challenger cutoff, Like, he will be Challenger after tonight, unless he loses this game, of course. And Challenger cutoff is 800 LP, so... he's not low. It's just that we warded out early and we saw him invade. He's trying for cheese. It doesn't work. Cheese, it doesn't work. We already kind of mentioned this. So he will be losing this game because of that. It's all good. But yeah, well played, Leona. We pinged it out. I just kind of was a little actor there, and we ended up pulling out the kill. So not too bad. Let's see. I think we're probably going to just do double scuttle if possible, but... I'm also somewhat interested in this play. There's a lot of options here. Don't know if I want that right now. There's certain times where you're going in, and then people are probably needing to... Yeah, okay, so this is fine. I think he is out. And we're just gonna have to push it in for him, and we're gonna reset. So... this is okay for us. We're completely fine with this outcome. We're playing for the reset. We full clear our jungle, and then we want to head on over to this. So really, really good from the Vlads here. Really, really good. And then we are playing for tempo, so of course we back off here. Really, really good. Leon is explaining his thought process. Very helpful, very good. As to why he is playing the way he's playing and why he warded out early. So it is very good. So this is high elo, okay? Just trust. It is high elo. I will show all the stats. Whatever you guys want to see. You did see Aatrox just miss smite and die again. I promise. I am not, I'm not curating these games. I'm just playing them, right? I'm not, it is live, so I don't actually know what's going to happen. He's making it a little bit too easy for me, honestly. This guy, I don't, like, this is why we play this style. We're back on our camps. He's trying to fight me on my camps. In higher elo, of course, support does end up roaming a little bit more. So it is good. And we're just countering him at every turn. He's completely messing it up. He has no idea what's happening. And then we are just gonna grab a couple advantages here. I mean, I'm gonna do an early smite, just because I will want my smite to be back up soon. I'm not really scared of anything right now, so... Honestly, it's a little bit early on the smite. I thought it was gonna come up by now, but Rek'Sai is very slow at the solo, so it's fine. Looks like I won't be able to double smite it. It's okay, though. So I should have saved my smite. It is what it is. We're gonna take a look at item builds, right? So what you want to do is you actually want to build relatively the same build every single game. So you want to make sure that your character is going to be relatively the same strength as all your other games. This is going to help you tell how strong you are and help you just see your limits, right? Of course, some situations like with Aatrox invading here and with us kind of just collecting free kills, we didn't really have to know our limits. We kind of just killed him for free. But in terms of like overall, if it's closer, you do have to know your limits to see if you can win or not. And it's really hard to know your limits if you're building different items every game. So you're not sure, you know, exactly, you know, what the limit of your champion is in regards to the fight. So because I've built the same items for the past, you know, let's say, you know, 100, 200 games, right? On Rek'Sai at least. I've gotten a very good feel for how much damage output my champion can possibly do. So I will be very ready to take fights that I think that I can win based on what I believe about my champion. And then I will be very ready to just drop fights that I think I cannot win based on my champion. So because he is here, I'm just going to take a look here, and then if they overcommit, we're just going to be ready here. We're going to do a little knock up here, and then we're going to kill him, and then we're going to kill this guy. No flash, by the way. Ooh, that guy flashed out very well, and then we're just going to make sure this guy dies too. And triple kill the Kai'Sa is pretty good. Double kill, I guess. I took one of them. Very good. So we saw that Aatrox was here, and then he went for it anyway. Thresh, like, we perfectly baited it, and then we, of course, have the advantage already. Normally, we just finish our clear, but the thing is, we saw him on a ward, and he's made it very obvious. I don't even know. Like, this was not planned, guys. Like, I have no idea. Like, this is crazy right now, because this guy is, you know, definitely, like, he's not going to risk his challenger cutoff, but I guess he's just playing like a monster right now, so we're gonna just take it. We'll take it, right? Like, he's definitely on some tilt, so but yeah, you want to make sure you're building the same item. Back to the items topic, we want to make sure that we're getting in relatively the same situation every time so that we can just focus on the game itself. We don't want to move around super crazy. I think Thresh invaded me, but we don't want to move around super crazy, and then we don't want to get confused with where we are in the game. So essentially, right now I know that, you know, I'm going to be relatively strong with my Titanic. I do have to still watch out for, you know, any combos, because I can die. I don't have Sterex yet. I don't have Shojin yet, so my abilities aren't going to be as hasted. So we basically can tell certain things about our champion, and then we need to know exactly the limits of what we can play for. This is why you don't really see me die a lot, because I know that if I go in here based on my previous experience with my champion, I know that unless they're basically all over me or something, like ganking me or something. But besides that, right, like, I know that basically I'm going to have a very good chance of winning this fight or winning, you know, the situation if I do things a certain way here. So I think, all right, he's dead. Just make sure to smite, get the guarantee on him. I don't really want to risk it right now. And yeah, you can see it's, you know, he's a pretty good player. He dragged me all the way, so if I was, you know, if I was a little bit slower on that play, I would not have gotten it. And also, I think he got the shield off on his EQ, so then I'm, you know, I definitely need to be aware. We see that Aatrox is top, and we see that his camps are respawning, so very kind of him to donate his camps to me. And then we're just gonna try to pressure out bot. We'll see what happens here, of course. I think we got a really good chain on this guy. I think he's just gonna go down. So I think that is pretty decent for us. Gonna just move around and pressure him out. So he's not gonna see us, and then we're also going to take his camp. So Aatrox is gonna feel very pressured here. He's gonna be like, wow, like I lose my camps, I get only 1 kill. We made sure to finish most of our camps here, and because we were disjointed from earlier, we're actually gonna skip these ones and just do his, and then we're going to just play for this right here, I think. I don't like that. I just want this. I don't like that. I do not like what they're doing here. Do the early smite because we have the double smite here. We're gonna ping for assistance on the dragon here. We're gonna try for it here. We don't want to throw any of our bounties, so we're just sticking very close to objective. We're making sure Aatrox can't get anything here, and then it should be pretty decent for the most part. Well, fuck. We do have to run away here. We are missing our Kaisa and teammates here, so it is what it is. We do have to back out. I think he is coming, so this is normal. He is going to try to invade after we invaded him. Okay, I definitely dodged that. It is what it is, though. I'd have to run. My god, he's too good. I should have just maybe flashed. Respect that. I tried to knock him up and then run, but there's a little delay, so it is what it is. We gave it over to Aatrox, so that is a little bit unfortunate. It is what it is. We're gonna have to respect them a little bit more next time, of course. He did do a good play with Resh, similar to what happened earlier. We should have just reset it after drag. Fighting after that is a little bit, you know, too rough. So you can see what Aatrox is building. Because he wants to kill people, he is definitely going to go for damage. He's not going to go for tank. There's no situation where you can out-tank Kaisa damage. He's going to shred you with percent HP. So if you think you can out-tank him, you're just going to lose. You have to kill them. Killing them is going to be your best defense against the Dark Arts, which is the Kaisa ability. So if he can just get in like a very good combo on Kaisa, like I used to be all for like tank builds until I learned that you can't out tank their damage anymore. Like later on, they're just going to kill you, and the only way to defend yourself is actually to kill them back. So you have to build damage items. This isn't to say there's nothing you can build that's defensive. You typically go 1 defensive item, but that's later on. And if you're behind, you skip your defensive item always. So you don't need to play for that. There is an Aatrox right here on my screen. So there. Wait, never mind. He backed. Wait, what? Why? Okay, never mind. We are gonna just try for the Azir play. I should be invading instead, so never mind. It's all good. We're just gonna play respectful, just try to walk around here and try to get in a little some steals on this guy. Okay, and he wanted that camp. He wanted it, but we took it from him. He definitely wanted that camp. Alright, good. We evened up the scoreline a little bit, so he stole mine once and I steal his. We double killed bot, and there it is. The Aatrox coming in, swooping up a kill. Another shutdown going over to Aatrox. This is going to be very dangerous for us. We don't want all these shutdowns to go over to Aatrox here. He's going to play... Yeah, I can't really help you. Like, I can maybe execute him after. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Yeah, I had to wait for my Leona, otherwise he could just, yeah, flash out and then outplay me. It's good. Leona is building Oblivion. Oh, GG's. You're big. Cool. Looks like someone was tilting very hard and they lost their Yone player. So it is what it is. Hopefully we went over items. I'm going to just try to speak on items a little bit longer because they did FF very quickly. So I'm just gonna give him, you know, the honors. We are Grandmaster right now. We're sitting around rank 300. So in normal situations, we would be Challenger, but already, but since it just reset, Challenger requires 800 now. They lifted the cap, so we're just regrinding that. The ranking still is the same though, so it's top 300, but it is all good. Build damage, guys. Do not build super tanky. That is pretty much the gist of it. If you're ahead, you still want to default towards damage. You can afford more tanky-ish items. The nice part about this Rek'Sai build is by building Titanic, you actually get damage from HP, so you're able to just stack HP, and you get damage that way. So it's not bad to just stack HP in this case. But if you're up against some like percent HP magic damage, if you're up against some percent HP shred from ADCs, you do get outscaled pretty hard, but at least you will still have damage threat, especially with Hella plays. That, you know, you can pop them up, you can try to do your entire combo, you will have health them, at least. So later on in the game, like because every game usually goes to you know, multiple Dragon Souls and stuff, you do have to make sure that you are playing a damage-oriented build. So whatever it is, you know, it doesn't matter. You do need damage in your build. All right. Hopefully I made that clear. Hopefully we've learned some stuff, and you know, hopefully we enjoyed the game as well. Thanks guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later. See you in the next one.